Good afternoon, everyone. We will commence momentarily. Can I ask you to just fill up the front seats, please? Mindful that some of our guests are running late, so just for minimal disturbances when we begin in a few minutes. Literally a few minutes.
Yes, Carnival with me. We outside. Let me tell you, this year we're going everywhere you know. Ashokoto, 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 Ashokoto. Celebrate, Vini celebrate Carnival, celebrate. This thing right here is our culture. Munkasote, Famgaule, Anuale, Tumushote. Celebrate, look the carnival rich. See who wants a carnival. Somebody give me a signal. Ekwesa, ra, 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 ra. Tout moun en place là. Just levez la main comme ça. Ekwesa, ra, 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 ra. You see the community carnival. Noisa, I got it a rental. Noisa, panorama is vital. Noisa, Noisa, Lubaka Machesa, Awa. I can't miss the Juve. Noisa, all feds, yeah, we in there. Noisa, when we reach on the road, Carnival Monday and Tuesday. Celebrate, we need celebrate Carnival. Celebrate, this thing right here is our culture. Munkasote, Famgaule, Anuale, Tumushote. Celebrate, look the carnival rich. Ashokoto, Ashokoto, I do the dance now. Ashokoto, I do nothing. Ashokoto, ay ay ay. Ashokoto, I do it. Ashokoto, Chokosile. Ashokoto, ay ay ay. If you jump in a band, let me see you put up your hand. Ekwesa, ra 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 ra. Si costume ou japé, mouchwe mwen si zot pawe. Ekwesa, ra 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 ra. You see the community carnival. Noisa, I got it a rental. Noisa, panorama is vital. Noisa, Noisa, Lubaka Machesa, Awa. I can't miss the Juve.
Ladies and gentlemen, I truly wish to thank you for being here on time. The show has to go on, and so as the rest of our guests make their way, including the officials, then they will just jump right into the program. My name is Louise Victor. I am the Corporate Affairs Manager at Heineken St. Lucia Limited. It is truly an honor to welcome you all here from the carnival bands, from the community carnival organizations, artists, various associations, drivers association, bikers club, media personnel, creatives, my colleagues from Heineken St. Lucia, our esteemed panelists and partners for this season. Truly, thank you. And just to set some context as to why we're here today, let's just turn our attentions to the screen. Randall?
Something happening. Huh? I say there's something happening.
I love the road, but the road isn't mine alone. When I ride for everyone, no matter the destination. My mission is to arrive alive. It's how I live responsibly.
I understand that the video could have been a little bit triggering, so I apologize for not disclosing that before, but this happened less than 24 hours ago. And today, actually, just listening to Calix on the lunchroom, it was his the dish of the day. And I actually messaged him and said, wow, how topical. Because for us at Heineken St. Lucia, last year we would have held this forum, introducing the message of drink and live responsibly in a very direct way during the carnival season. But this year we have decided to go a little deeper and focus on road safety. Ironically, the video that we just watched, the VG stretch is an iconic part of our carnival route. And outside of carnival, that route serves St. Lucians, students, families, St. Lucians in many different ways. And so our message for this season is to arrive alive. It may have been that the student who was injured may have not arrived home alive yesterday. Fortunately, she was able to, but we are truly grateful for our panelists who will speak to that message a little later, but also for our social partner, Ali, who will also be presenting in some details further. But for now, I wish to invite our Managing Director, Ms. Holly Bostock, to the podium to officially welcome you.
Oh, Louise is much taller than I am. No, welcome everybody here this evening, esteemed guests, and such a diverse group of people that we have in the room from all various walks of the carnival life, but also our society as well. So it really gives me a lot of pride and pleasure to welcome you all this evening to our second edition, as Louise shared, of our Carnival Knowledge Forum. It's a topic that is increasingly relevant, and especially as we really confront the challenges of safety and responsibility in our society. And indeed, the video was incredibly relevant, triggering, of course, but I think it puts everything in perspective for us. So as a company, safety is also really much more than just physical safety. It's really about psychological safety, emotional well-being, and internally at Heineken, we have something called High Life. And that's really about how we support our team members to live a healthy life. So therefore, also externally, we also try to bring this more holistic message about safety. And so the word live in our drink and live responsibly is also so important. It's not just the drink, it's the live. So that's what we're focusing on today. And of course, as a beverage company, promoting responsible drinking is super important and inherent to our mission. But really beyond how we see our business, how we look at consumers, we recognize that everyone is a member of society, has a family, has dreams, has aspirations, and we're really committed to playing a really positive part in this society in terms of responsibility for now, but also the years to come. So we know, and I enjoyed it last year, that Carnival really is a time of high energy, lots of celebrations, lots of fun, and we want that to happen. But last year, we really urged you to find balance, right? It was all about balance is best. But this year, as Louise says, we're really doing a double click on the element of road safety. And that message, incredibly powerful, just very simple. Let's arrive alive. This is our one wish for all of us, for all of you, for all of our families, our loved ones, our friends, so they can get home safe after Carnival and tell all their friends and family about it. It doesn't matter if we're local, we're living here, or if we're a visitor. So we're really urging people, and you'll hear lots of tips, drive now, text later, keep your focus on the road, keep your energy on the road. So we look forward to a really diverse evening with lots of different views about how we're going to be safe this carnival season. I really want to thank all of you for taking part in all of your various functions, your expertise, and coming together for this knowledge forum. And we really look forward to continuing collaborating together, working together to have a fun but also responsible carnival season together. So with that, I'm going to let the agenda get underway, and just remember, we all want to arrive alive this carnival season. All right? Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful evening with all the elements that we have planned. Thank you.
Thank you, Holly. Am I really that tall? As I mentioned earlier, we do have a social partner for presenting this message. So as part of our Brew a Better World strategy, which has 3 pillars: 1, environmental; 2, social; and 3, responsible consumption, as a Heineken operating company, we are required to have a partnership with an entity, whether an NGO, whether a startup, or entrepreneur, or a state agency in driving the message. So last year, overarchingly, we would have partnered with the CPMC in presenting the message of Drink and Live Responsibly. And we will continue to partner with CPMC to drive that message. However, again, relevant to the message of road safety, we are partnering in a very special way with Ale. Ale is basically the Uber of St. Lucia. And if you haven't heard about it, we hope that over the season you will learn more about it, be exposed to it. And to provide some remarks, I invite co-founder, Ms. Safia Paul, to the podium.
Thank you. Thank you very much, fellow game changer Louise, for your welcome, adopting the protocols that have already been established. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone, good evening. Ale is immensely grateful to Heineken St. Lucia for reaching out to us, and in true dedication style at 10 p.m. at night, I might add, to join them for this impactful and necessary initiative, Drink and Live Responsibly, and specifically for taking it a step further with us to arrive alive. As a company designed and operated with culture, safety, and access at its core, and one who has been pushing the message of revel responsibly for the past few carnival seasons, it was such a magical moment of affirmation and alignment when we received the offer to partner with Heineken St. Lucia that we had no reservations to immediately accept and mobilize. For those who may not yet know what or who we are, Ale is a technology and logistics company that connects passengers and recently goods to efficient transportation options and solutions. Our main products are our 2 applications, which you can currently download in your App Store or Play Store, which is Ale for on-demand options for travel around St. Lucia, and Ale Driver to make some extra cash in St. Lucia. Yes, we are just like Uber or Lyft or Bolt, as you may have heard in other areas. And we are building a movement locally so that we can get to a point where we no longer need to choose not to go somewhere because of transportation or convenience. We also are building a platform that can have flexible options as well as independent opportunities to earn extra income within our gig economy. Particularly this carnival season, we will be encouraging persons to consume and enjoy all libations, especially from Heineken St. Lucia, but to avoid harmful practices and instead enjoy moderately. And even when you have consumed moderately, it is still better to arrive alive with your designated Ale driver. So we want to remind you this carnival season to please request a ride within your app on your phone or visit our website to schedule a ride in advance of the season's activities. We are honored to take the pledge to drink and live responsibly, and together with Heineken St. Lucia, we will provide transportation options for persons to safely do so. We are excited and eager to execute the collective plans we have in store and look forward to everyone being part of the shared movement to positively impact and make a meaningful difference in our simply beautiful island, St. Lucia. Thanks again, Heineken, especially Miss Louise and team. Let's do this. Anuale.
Thank you very much, Safia. And indeed, I look forward to the execution of some of the exciting things that have been detailed in our MOU. Now, it's a tight evening. In fact, Holly would actually have to be leaving us shortly as she is destined for the UK this evening. And so if you see her dashing out, she has to get to Euronora. And so we're going to get into the highlight of this part of the evening before we get into a little bit more fun. But before we do so, I do have two special prizes. I tend to like to do that. One is for the first person to have arrived. I know we said to please make an extra effort to be on time. So, Mr. Imran, yes, you were the very first. Imran is the head of the Mabia Carnival Committee. So, Imran, please come up to receive a special gift voucher from Harbor Club. And our first media person to have arrived, I saw him and I suddenly do not see Murray Sheffield. Did he leave? Oh, he's downstairs. Okay, I'll reserve his prize for him, but we do have a special Peter package for him, so he will be receiving his prize accordingly. But back to the serious matter at hand, we do have a very diverse panel discussion that will be taking place right now. It will be moderated by the great Mr. Teddy Francis, Carnival connoisseur and historian and many other things, but also an excellent facilitator of such conversations and legacy journalist as well in St. Lucia. We do have Mr. Kingston Ja, who is the Vice President of the National Driving Association. You may make your way up, Mr. Ja. We also have Ms. Maya Sifle, representing the Zuvo Carnival Band, again in the spirit of diversity. We have a wide range of panelists. We have Jamalen Alcindor, the one you would have just seen in our PSA. Jamalen is from the Hot Plugs Bikers Club. And we have, from a Heineken St. Lucia perspective, our safety and logistics manager, Mr. Jeffers William. So, Teddy, I hand over to you as we dive into this part of the evening.
I'm so responsible. I'm so responsible. I'm so responsible.
Good evening, all. Good evening. Good evening, all. First, Louise, just a little information disclaimer. Some of your guests were indicating that Imran had insider information about the prize. So I don't know if I want to clarify that. This is why he came. And of course, Sheffield came only to tell you that he couldn't come to apologize for later. So we need to redo these prizes. Yeah. If I were more cynical, I would have said that Louise orchestrated the accident yesterday on the eve of this event today. I just think you couldn't find a more, appropriate is not the word, but a more well-timed and fortuitous sequence of events to add meaning to this forum, and want to compliment Heineken straight away for once again ensuring that we often speak about encouraging sobriety and good sense within the revelry, and this forum in the second year really proves that Heineken are serious beyond the lip service. Applause for them, please. And so Louise, having already introduced our panel, they say ladies first. I'd like to stick with that convention tonight and ensure that Maya Sifley you're representing all bands or Zuvo band? It's just Zuvo band. Carnival people are always reasonable and of one fraternity long before Carnival. As Carnival approaches, they stick to their section. They know their tribe. And so we're asking you, Maya, straight away, in all fairness and honesty, how do you strive to get some kind of happy medium between revelry, as we know it, and some kind of good sense amidst all the bacchanalia? How do you do it or aim to do it?
Thank you, Teddy. Can you hear me? Okay. And thank you for having us here. Thank you. I'm very pleased to represent my band, Zuvo. Ultimately, it starts with the intention of your band and what you expect for your delivery and for your revelers. And as a starting point, partnering with companies such as Heineken is an excellent base because they really forward and push the message that we want to see. When it comes to drinking and just enjoying Carnival responsibly, it is really a matter of being responsible for yourself. However, you do need to create that environment and really push the message, be very intentional with what you put out there. So when it comes to strategic messaging, visuals, even how you cue your DJs, what you encourage them to say. You know, at certain events, there's a point where the climax starts to wear off, the fatigue starts to set in, but people are not exactly ready to go home. That is the perfect time where you start pumping that message. Hey, carpool, if there's rideshare services such as Ale, yes, you take advantage of these things. You have your strategic placement of sober zones. And I mean, I really love the way when this became a thing for events and even on the road. And it's just really learning from each season. You know, no season is perfect. However, definitely learning from it and trying not to make the message damper the festivities, but really crafting it in a way that you're saying you can maximize and really enhance your experience if you do so responsibly.
Yeah, I thought, well said. I thought it very challenging. You seem to have a really clearly defined plan to strike the balance. It's difficult, as we have observed, for even band leaders to keep revelers in their sections, Maya. Yeah. That seems magical to preach your message then of being disciplined and being focused and avoiding certain practices. Is there any peculiar cultural pattern or habit in St. Lucia that makes it a little more challenging to deliver your message? You know, St. Lucia, we are peculiar in many ways when it comes to our approach to having a good time, particularly Carnival.
Yes, well, to be frank, we all know drinking on the road, it's synonymous. It's in our music, and yeah, we have fun with it, but really seeing that video, it makes it clear that there's no room to be very light with the message. It has to be direct, and we have to find a way to effectively instill that in our revelers. They're adults, yes, the level of self-responsibility is there, it's expected, but you have that responsibility to ensure that people are safe with you. When it comes to the cultural aspect, like I said, we have to almost frame it with a positive approach. So we're not judging you. We all like our little 1-2 drinks on the road. But however, you do so in a way that you can ensure you arrive and leave safely, even as band leaders or those of us who, well, not me, but those who identify as influencers, you have that little role to carry yourself in a certain manner in public and when it comes to drinking. So these are some of the approaches you can take. It's a work in progress. You understand? But these are some of the ways that we can really strike that medium with the cultural aspect of it, drinking and festivities on a whole.
Mr. Alcino, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I know the challenge is on, and you've been trying to have motorcyclists not perceived as a nuisance on the road, as troublemakers and so on. Your job, no doubt, made it a little more difficult since yesterday afternoon.
Most definitely.
We spoke of distractions. We refer then and we allude to text messaging and other such. Now, a new focus on popping a wheelie at 3 in the afternoon in a school zone. How is the battle to gain respect and credibility for motorcyclists as they advocate greater safety practices among the members, to be taken seriously that you, your association, your grouping, are serious about correcting certain tendencies among your riders? How do you convince the public?
Okay, so I believe that you can only, I don't want to say influence, but you can you could only influence people that want to be, how can I say it? Be patient with me, guys. This is my first.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. All right. So my group Hot Plugs. I believe in each one, teach one. So if I see one of my group members doing something, you know, I pull them up. I let them know what the consequences may be by that, and so the message, you know, gets delivered to me, him, his friend. You know, yesterday. What happened yesterday? I mean, popping a wheelie in a school zone. I mean, what my group members do mostly on a Sunday, we go to Bosses where there isn't many pedestrians. I mean, there's no pedestrian crossing, you know. It's a bit more safe. I mean, stunts on a whole, I mean, things can happen. But in an enclosed environment, a controlled space, I believe that's the best place to do the stunts.
Yeah. In raising awareness among your members, what have you been doing of late within the motorcycling fraternity to instill the awareness of safety and safety practices?
Well, every ride, we ensure that every group member has a helmet, at least a helmet and a close-up shoe. We make sure we push, even power passengers have a helmet. I mean, that's the least we can do, pushing helmet. I mean, there's more safety gear you can use when riding, but at least a helmet, we make sure we push that. That's a mandatory thing when riding.
Yeah, and Heineken are here pushing safety and good sense amidst having fun. It's great fun and adventure in motorcycling, but is there progress towards instilling the mandatory wearing of helmets? Someone said to me that the battle is all lost because it is unthinkable in Fort-de-France, Martinique, or in Bridgetown, Barbados, to be riding through the city without a helmet. It's just inconceivable. Whereas here, it's almost the reverse. It is the norm and nobody adheres, the authorities make no progress. That metaphor they're using, that wearing of the helmet, is seen as really indicative of a lost cause as far as safety among riders. You see, psychologically, how do you plan to go beyond that? That no one is wearing a helmet, which is a minimum standard in all civilized countries.
I don't think it's all lost because, like she referenced earlier, influencers. If the young guys growing up, the young bikers growing up see certain people they look up to always have helmets on, I mean, they would take heed to that, you know. I don't think the battle is all lost because I always have my helmet on. I don't go riding without my helmet. So I can't say it's all lost because I follow that.
Well said. I think the idea is to bridge between the organized clubs. I see Mr. Compton in here. Good afternoon, Mr. Compton. They have made strides in getting those practices between the ordinary layman, civilian riders. I think that's where the gap is, that you all have made some progress, but the ordinary riders who are not in the clubs haven't caught up.
Yes, so I can't speak for people not in clubs. I honestly have to give a lot of praise to Moto X. I started riding through the Moto X club and they instilled in me from a very tender age about the importance of safety gears. So I think the young guys, you know, riding on their own, if they were to join clubs, they would learn also that discipline.
The Heineken rep is here, representing well, looking through. You seem very intent, studying everything being said, the way your campaign would go through. Mr. William, tell us, I know Heineken often want their internal safety practices. They're very keen on that, safety in the workplace and approaches to safety. How do you transfer that or transpose it? What can you sell to the wider community, certainly the Carnival entities, Carnival related here for this forum, in following the practices that Heineken has well instilled?
Okay, thank you very much. For us, and as he mentioned, it's a lot about behavioral-based safety, yeah? And sometimes we focus on, for example, when something bad happens. So how can we change that dialogue as to when something good is happening, right? So in those clubs, what percentage of the drivers or riders do wear seat belts and you recognize them, yeah? Also looking at the drivers, for example, what are the key behaviors that you would like to change, yeah? What are some of the, what we consider antecedents or triggers that will allow this individual to continue this behavior? And this is what you continuously to focus on. Of course, most important is looking at the consequences. So consequence by nature always seems like a negative word, but also what are the positive consequences? And linked to the topic, arriving home safe, arriving alive, all these are positive consequences that could be triggered. So if we use those analogies, and even thinking outside of the box, for example, if you would be stopped by a police officer, for example, more than likely it's because of an offense. What if we change that narrative that you are getting stopped by a police to say, hey, good job that you're wearing your seatbelts, or good job that you're driving at the right speed? And those types of things can really make a change in the approach on safety.
Yeah. Heineken has become known and respected for the outreach to the community, different campaigns. Can you point to any strategy, any campaign, or any such effort by Heineken that has borne fruit in reaching the public and resonating with the public for safety generally, and particularly when it comes to driving?
I would say yes. We have many areas. For example, I think it was last year or year before, we had a campaign where we went out to the public during World Health and Safety Week to really give leaflets to motorists, reaching out to them, speaking to them on safety. So we have done this for many years in the north, in the south as well. So this is one of the approaches. As well, we know that we have, for example, branded minibuses. A couple of years ago, we engaged them on safe road practices as part of this ongoing campaign. So it's really been active in those spaces to send out the message.
Yeah. Welcome, Mr. Jean from the Driving Instructors Association. Good evening.
Good evening.
You're not in your accustomed role tonight. We often see you on television in protest mode. A slightly different role tonight. We're happy for that. We're happy for that.
Yeah, something new for me now.
Right. Tell us, could you point to what your association has done to help in the cause of advocating and promoting, propagating safe driving through the years?
Yeah, our association believes that we must inculcate a new character for persons coming up and in our society as a whole. So we believe that we have to bring the information to the younger ones, the kids. So for the many years gone by, we have been going to the various schools. We have gone to every secondary school in Ireland, and nearly every primary school in the north, except for Debara, where we speak to the children about drinking and driving, making sure that the parents wear the seatbelts, that they don't allow the parents to drive under the influence of alcohol. They don't allow the parents to text and drive them. And we show them short clips as to what may occur if someone is texting and driving, how dangerous it is to be in a vehicle without a seatbelt, how dangerous it is to not have a helmet while riding, and things of that sort. So from young, they know, hey, how dangerous it is, and they now will ensure that they bring that message back home to the family members. They realize always riding without a helmet, always not putting on a seatbelt, always wanting to drink and drive. And so we believe if we start from the young ones, then we'll have a future with persons more informed as to the ills of not having those safe practices as a passenger, as a pedestrian, as a rider. All road users are involved, and we have to bring a message to all road users.
Yeah. Are there any measures you've suggested as far as legislation is concerned to the authorities to improve the aspect of safety on the roads?
Well, I could tell you in St. Lucia we have legislation for everything you could think of concerning road safety. What we need is enforcement of those legislations. So we have, imagine we have a law that says you cannot drive without a shirt. So you could imagine. The association believes that we have the demerit system on our books, and all what it needs to be is implemented properly. And right now, the way it is done is if there's an infringement as to a traffic offense, the matter is brought to the chief transport officer, who will then decide whether a person's license should be suspended or revoked. But then, when that is done, the offending party could now go to court to fight that decision that was taken by the chief transport officer, which in itself makes no sense. So that has not been going forward. But really what should be done is the matter should be brought to a magistrate. The magistrate decides, hey, you found guilty, I'm revoking your license, and then send that information down to the chief transport officer, and she carries out that task. So you have to have some revamping of our
Enforcement,
and enforcement of our regulations.
Yeah. And as instructors, during your tutoring of your students, do you emphasize safety measures and lack of distraction, that aspect of distraction, the texting and other distractions? Do you think there's honestly enough emphasis by instructors on that aspect?
I think the education aspect of that is being imparted upon them also at SAFA, but I believe the impact is really felt when we live by example. So if as an instructor I'm texting while I'm driving, then it doesn't show a good example. So even having noticed my ears, I have an earpiece. So I never actually hold the phone to answer a call or look at the phone to see the call. I just press my button, answer my call, because I'm not afraid to answer any call from anybody. Right. But then it is less of a distraction than it ought to be. Now, even just having a conversation on the phone is a distraction in itself. It is more dangerous to have a conversation on the phone than to have one with the passenger next to you. Because the passenger next to you can help you drive. So you're approaching a junction, and while the passenger is speaking to you and they're telling you about something that happened, you focus on what the passenger is telling you. And you're approaching the intersection, you do not recognize a vehicle is coming in the opposite direction. The passenger goes, hey, hold on, or something of that sort. The person on the phone giving you the soaps will never recognize a vehicle coming at that intersection until you die. So just having a conversation is distractive enough. So we must try to reduce on that as much as possible. Texting and driving, definitely a no-no.
Yeah. Back to our motorcyclist, Mr. Alcindor. He seemed very pensive, very thoughtful. The glamour, the adventure is crucial to the aspect of riding the motorcycle. How do you balance that? You don't want to kill the joy and kill the appeal, but how do you balance that, a kind of melange of that thrill and also keeping sensible, especially your pillion riders, you know, the ladies who love to be on at the back of the bikes. That is the symbol, that is the image that people have in their minds. The responsibility for them too. How could they assist, and how else could they be innovative in driving that message of safety and lack of distraction? Some would say they are distraction at the back of the bike. But just to keep it sane and sober, to mix the message. We're having fun, we're enjoying the thrills, but to keep sensible at all times.
Okay, so I believe the passenger is almost as much as responsible as the rider. For example, if my passenger makes any sudden movement, they're in control of the bike also, you know. So I believe that you should have an experienced passenger at the back of you, you know, especially with a helmet on. You referenced the thrill. I mean, every now and then for the fast bikes, they want to open up, and the dirt bikes, they want to pop a wheelie. But I believe there's a time and a place for everything, you know. There's a time to wheelie. There's a time to ride a bit calm, you know, watch your surroundings. There's a time to ride fast. There's a time to ride slow. You know, you just work your way around what's the cards dealt to you, I should say. Yeah.
Any of the members, starting with you, Maya, about how we could be more innovative? Heineken are keen to find out any suggestions for being innovating in driving home these messages of safety and minimizing distraction.
Well, the innovation, I think, actually starts with the range of products available that are non-alcoholic. Just even apart from driving, it is so hot. I mean, I cannot even think of just, you know, getting trash out and drunk on the road. But you really want to drive that point home. We want you alive to come to St. Lucia and enjoy our carnival with Zuvo or anyone else for that matter, year after year after year. And in order to do so, you need to be responsible with your actions and with your life. When it comes to also our partners who push this message, it works both ways. So if there is something specific you feel that the bans are key in driving the message home, let us know, and we will be more than happy to share it. Likewise, we will share and distribute whatever specific messaging, whatever materials is that you have. But I think everything is there in order for us to have a safe and enjoyable carnival. And just, let's do this. Let's ensure that we stay alive.
Interesting, you as a band leader, we speak of distractions and safety. The driver on the road, the truck driver, often could be distracted. It could be a boring exercise, so you get distracted. Many countries have a simple example of having guards in front of the trucks. We don't have it in St. Lucia, where all the trucks on the road have a guard. So as has happened in the Caribbean, many persons have been crushed at falling under the truck and so on. It seems a simple measure to introduce for the trucks on the road. It's mandatory in Barbados and largely in Trinidad.
Okay, so when it comes to the guardrails for the trucks, we do have a mandate. We have them on the sides. That's actually one of the requirements. The police don't let you pull off if that's not in place. However, we definitely open to learning from experiences from the island. So if it requires having that in the front, then so be it. You know, at the end of the day, it's all well and good to enjoy the festivities, but life is most important and safety. So like I said, we're open to learning from best practices, and we just want to make our carnival, St. Lucia Carnival, the best there is. I mean, it's there. It's
Right.
there already, but
The
you know,
safest
to
there.
just put the cherry on top.
The safest days.
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. William and Mr. Jean, your word on personal responsibility. Your take, each of you, on what personal how could that add and enhance the process, the drive towards safety?
Before I go on personal responsibility, the question was asked about the pillion rider.
Right.
And he said that that the pillion rider is just as much as the rider itself or herself. This is very, very, very true, and this is why the rider should never have a pillion who has been under the influence of alcohol or any other kind of drug, because it means that you have somebody who is impaired riding a motorcycle together with you, which is highly dangerous. At this point in time, I think you should just call Ali and have them come and pick up that person instead of trying to give them a ride home. Personal responsibility is very, 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 very important, because at the end of the day, it is you. When something happens, it is you, and you cannot blame anybody else for your action. Right? So you must always take personal responsibility for what you do. You know that you're not a heavy drinker. You know that just one beer will put you off. Then don't drink the one beer. Wait until you get to your home, and then you could drink 6 beers and then go and sleep. Because I think the reason why Heineken have drive to stay alive is not because they don't want to sell the beers, but because you want to stay alive longer so you could drink more beers later on. So it's really your responsibility to ensure that you stay alive.
Yeah. So William?
For me, he made a very good point on leading by example and taking that forefront. But I also look at the flip side of it, that you're the one causing the demise of somebody else. And to live with this, on your chest, on your heart, and to support the family of the individual, left alone the kids, for example, yesterday, maybe they have exams, So this plays on you as a person if you're the one impacting on somebody else. And also for yourself, we have our social life, we like to go out. So by being in a situation where, based on your negligence, it can have a widespread effect on yourself, social life, and so much more. So it's very important to focus. And also, if you look at, even studies would show, for example, it would take 5 seconds engaging in your phone texting, right? If you think of, for example, the speed how fast Julian Alfred ran in a 60 meters, about 6 seconds. So imagine if you were to just use the same analogy, how fast something can really happen with you not being focused on the road.
Well said. Final words we leave to the youth and the charm of the ladies. Final words, Ms. Alcino, to the audience on the safety, lack of distractions. Your final words to the audience? Ladies first. You want the ladies go first? Go ahead, Maya. The final words to the audience on safety and the way forward, minimizing distractions.
Okay, so just to reiterate, let's make this a safe season. Drink responsibly. The only way to enjoy the festivities, like I say, is to be in full control of yourself, and ultimately, in that, you get to protect others and to enjoy season after season. So let's make it great, and thank you once again, Heineken, to be able to just share our thoughts, our insights on what we do to contributing towards safe drinking and just being responsible on the road.
Mr. Alcindor?
Okay, so I'd like to go with what Mr. just said, that you're the one responsible for your own actions. At the end of the day, you are the one that made it, and you can't blame anyone else for your decisions. So in this carnival season, make smart decisions. You know, be safe on the road. You want to arrive alive. So let's do that.
And no wheeling on the carnival route.
No wheeling when there's pedestrians around.
Period.
Be careful. Yeah, just make smart decisions. Yeah.
Well said. Thank you, the panelists. They deserve applause. Tamara Gibson is here. I didn't notice. That confirms it, Tamara. I turned away for one. I never saw when you entered. I was distracted. Huh? Thank you, panelists. I think the public, the audience, I think that you covered it well. You acquitted yourselves well on the mandate. Maya, my costume. Thank you, Heineken, for the forum again, consistency, and it's been a pleasure. We just hope that the public would follow and learn from the words shared today. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm so responsible. I'm so responsible. One love reaching out.
Thank you so much, Teddy, and thank you to our panelists for very pointed contributions. And there will actually be extended messages from our panelists, because we are doing some PSAs with each of them individually. So Jamalen's own you would have already seen, but you can look out for more messages from them in the coming weeks via our Heineken St. Lucia official pages. At this point, I would like to invite Madam Chair, Ms. Tamara Gibson, Chair of the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, to the podium.
I'm not Louise. Good evening, everyone. Allow me to adopt the protocol already established. Our role at the CPMC is not only limited to planning and executing Lucian Carnival, but also to leverage partnerships which lend to the preservation of our festival for years to come. This is why we are pleased to see partners like Heineken St. Lucia dedicating efforts to campaigns like Drink and Live Responsibly for a second year. Carnival is the time of year where we link up with old friends, take in the scenery of some of our favorite venues from the polarized lens of our sunglasses, and where the music serves as a catalyst for pure enjoyment. Food and alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages should add to the merriment, but only to help us savor the allure of the next event and more carnivals to come. We are saddened by the unfortunate incidents, injuries, road accidents, and violent acts, which seem to always surround a time that is designed to be filled with laughter, love, euphoria, and all-round enjoyment as we come together to create lifelong memories. Our need to constantly improve Lucian Carnival forces us to take a hard look at all aspects of the festival, and we know that some of the underlying issues relating to road accidents are our overindulgence in alcoholic beverages, and our lack of physical preparation for the season. This is one of our core areas of focus for this season: responsible enjoyment. We encourage our partners to enjoy all of Lucian Carnival, but to do it with your safety and well-being in mind. We want to go further by charging you with the responsibility for your family, your friends, and your fellow partygoers. Before the season gets further underway, assign your designated driver. And if you are that driver, then we ask you not to drink. Remember to also take time to rest. We know the calendar of events for Lucian Carnival 2024 is very packed. So be sure to schedule time for rest in between all those events. If you are tired or burnt out, do not drive. You can call Ali. As drivers, it's easy to underestimate how quickly an accident can happen. So I encourage you to remain attentive, put away cell phones, and stay focused. Remember, every time you place your hand on that steering wheel, you have the lives of your passengers and pedestrians in your hands. Ask yourself if you are willing to take that risk. This season is all about merriment. And long after Carnival is done, we want to sit and share stories and laugh with loved ones about what great memories we created for 2024. Because the only area we will be overindulging in is fun and excitement. Drink and live responsibly to enjoy Lucian Carnival 2024. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And I'm sure all of us in here are looking forward to sharing some stories with each other at the end of the Vaval. Which fete are you looking forward to the most? Oh, wow. Oh. I heard wow, I heard euphoria, I heard indulgence. Which community carnival are you looking forward to? Sofre, Cicero, Maboya, Miku, Canries, Grosele. Oh, wow. We busy this season. But all in all, let's arrive alive. So, like I said, it's a tight evening. I know it's a very packed week. There's so much happening. And so, now that we've kind of coming out of the serious part of the evening, we're just going to shake things up a little bit. Evangelist, can I get a little bit of energy before I introduce my colleague? I would have danced, but I'm shy. I have stage fright. So our icon brand for St. Lucia Carnival for well over almost 30 years has been La Bière Cette Lycée, Peter Bear. And so to speak to how Peter is playing this carnival and to also demonstrate, I would like to invite my colleague, Lila Jean-Baptiste, Peter brand manager, to the podium.
Thank you, Louise. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join Louise and Heineken St. Lucia for the important message that we are here to share with you this evening. I'd like to change the pace a little bit and take you into the fun part of the carnival season that we all are looking forward to. It has been 32 years since the launch of Peter Bear in St. Lucia. It was launched in 1992. And since then, Peter continues to be brewed with the highest quality ingredients to meet international standards, taking home many global and regional awards for its quality and craftsmanship. However, none of these awards can compare to the title that it is most proud to hold, being an authentic St. Lucian product. One that consistently strives to fully embody what it means to be St. Lucian. But to put it simply, we love being great, but we love being St. Lucian even more. This past March, Peter Bear launched its new campaign, Dies Us, or if you prefer in the Queen's English, This Is Us. This campaign aims to celebrate all facets of being authentically St. Lucian, because from January to December, anytime, anywhere, St. Lucians show up and show off who we are, because Dies Us. Carnival is also a big part of who we are, and Peter Bear's support for Carnival has gone through its own metamorphosis. It has been front and center in support of Carnival in various ways over the decades, which includes making financial contributions in over $100,000 annually to Carnival events at both the national and private level. Additionally, the brand has done its part to celebrate the festival through many limited edition labels which it has produced in commemoration of the festival. Our support for Lucian Carnival is no different this year. As we have partnered with the CPMC and come in as the platinum sponsor for the festival and the official bear of St. Lucia Carnival. Additionally, we are set to partner with over 15 bands island-wide, and to support over 55 events at both the private and national level. These partnerships underscore our support of the growth of Carnival and our commitment to encourage bands and events that complement the Carnival calendar, ensuring that patrons not only enjoy a cold Peter, but have a Carnival experience that makes them want to participate year after year. Carnival is a time when we are reminded that the road and events don't just belong to the revelers and partygoers, but it's shared by so many talented people: writers, panists, costume designers, and even the tenpines. In a dedicated effort to deepen the appreciation for the vibrant spirit and cultural significance of Lucian Carnival, because Dies Us, Peter Bear premiered its latest initiative this year, The Faces of Carnival, a multimedia series. We love the Bacchanal, and the Bacchanal is definitely important. However, we wanted to take a different route and celebrate while delving into the heart of Carnival. This enlightening 4-part mini-documentary series showcases a side of the mass that is sometimes not as loudly celebrated as the Bacchanal. It showcases a diverse tapestry of narratives from Calypsonians, costume designers, and from episode 3 of 4, which you'll see shortly, Panis, which premieres tomorrow. The faces come together and share their craft to truly make Lucian Carnival a remarkable festival. Peter Bear is committed to celebrating cultural and creative expression, and that extends to beyond mere sponsorships and promotions. Through this initiative, we seek to shine a spotlight on the untold stories of our creatives, the diverse art forms, and the enduring allure of Carnival. Because all of that is mass, and mass dies us. Cheers to St. Lucia Carnival 2024, and remember to drink and live responsibly. Apologies. I mentioned the video and then forgot said video. This is the 3 out of 4 of our series, which premieres every Friday. You can see, if you have missed it, the full series on all our social media platforms. And I present to you, Pan.
I first started playing silver when I was about 6 years old.
I started at the age of 12.
Started in 1978.
The Panorama is one of the highest levels of music in the Caribbean, according to a friend of mine.
It's like I'm on cloud nine. It's a very exhilarating feeling playing with the band, especially at performances and gigs when the adrenaline really kick in.
You feel very light, you feel very focused, your mind is set, and sometimes things of the outer world become lesser, and it's just you and your music.
I became interested in music theory and stuff, and before long I was arranging for the band, and now I co-founded my own.
Music is all around me. My inspiration comes from everything that is artistic, everything that has a flow, that has a rhythm, that has meaning. I pick up from that. I could be on a bus and there's a song playing and I'd figure, you know what, I want to use that song for Panorama, that kind of thing. I remember back in the day, Barbara Kade used to do it. She used to arrange for Allegro Pangrove, but since then, I have been the only female arranger and it feels, you know, it feels great.
My favorite part is just being with the band, you know, the weeks or the months leading up to the competition.
The sleepless nights, the endless hours, burning the candles at both ends, to get the music right, to put in the effort to make this production a grand finale for your 8 minutes on stage.
I feel like even if you don't win, just the experience of playing Panorama on stage and actually presenting what you worked so hard on, even that is fulfilling. So imagine actually winning it. That was indescribable.
Panorama, that is us.
Thank you, Lila. And again, like I said at the beginning of the evening, as a company and through our brands, it's just a matter of finding more meaningful ways to connect with the St. Lucian audience throughout the St. Lucian calendar. And Carnival, of course, is a very special time that we get to do that. And to keep the energy flowing, I'll invite the energy lady, Fern Wilson-Jer, my colleague. She is responsible for the energy, malt, and water category, but she's branded Climax, appropriately so. So too is A1 Jugglers. So I'll let her tell you all some more about what's happening for the season as Climax keeps you energized.
1, 2, 3, hey, no wonder one but
Hey, that's my song. Thank you, Buzz. Beautiful. I love that song. So, Carnival season is upon us again. I don't know where the year has flown by. I cannot believe Carnival is upon us again. But it is my happy time. I truly love Carnival because for me, it's a true representation of togetherness. And what I absolutely love about it is the unapologetic energy of the season. And shamefully, speaking of energy, if you are looking for energy to keep going, to truly indulge and enjoy your Carnival experience, make Climax your energy drink of choice. Okay, as you see, we're gearing up for the season. We do not only want to pump up the energy, but we want to amplify the excitement as well. For the Carnival season, you will see increased visibility. You're going to hear us on the airways, on radio stations, and we have a lot of sponsored programs. You're going to see us activating and having basically sampling forums and everything in events and not sampling, sorry, that's for Crystal Clear. I'm confusing my brands. I'm sorry, activation, energy activation for in events and parties during Carnival. We're also going to have presence in national and community carnivals. We're also going to be in, I'm forgetting, community, I said community events, yes, sorry. And also, yes, I'm forgetting, consumer promotions. We're going to have various consumer promotions. And I'm quite sure you have been seeing the billboards around the place with our Climax Jump for Free Carnival promotion, where we're giving consumers who purchase 2 Climax at participating outlets the opportunity to jump for free. They're going to be one of 6 winners to jump in Zuvo, Just for Fun, and Fusion Carnival bands. During the course of the promotion, this is from the 20th of May to the 29th of June, we're doing weekly draws where we're choosing winners per week. Right now we have 4 winners, 1 male, 1 female that will be jumping in Just for Fun thus far, and 1 male, 1 female that will be jumping in Zuvo. We have a week and a half again to go for the promotion, and the winners will get a chance to jump in Fusion. So as I end with the energy message, I want to remind everybody to keep hydrated, to remember the hydration message, and especially during the coming hot months. And just to stay safe, have a fun-filled carnival season, and to remember, keep the energy going, and reach for a climax when you need that energy boost.
I need that song on a whole different volume level, literally. If you all see me drink Carnival crying when that song comes on, I apologize in advance. I actually told Ezra, last time you make a song for me to cry, this time you make another song for me to cry. Beautiful. It's what the song is, but it's also what we are. And so to take it up another notch, I invite my colleague Charlene Shabati. She has the responsibility for IC. If you notice, Peter, Crystal Clear, Crystal Clear is one of it falls under Fern, but IC, those brands are intentionally playing in the St. Lucia Carnival space as our heritage or local brands. And so Charlene will take you through what we are doing with IC for St. Lucia Carnival. Charlene wants hype music.
You need a climax. You'll redeem yourself. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you, Louise. And thank you for allowing me to spend a few moments with you. It would be remiss of me before I go into IC, though, Louise, to not comment on our full non-alcohol portfolio. I heard the discussion earlier about hydration and the bears, right? Drinking the 6 at home. Rather, I would say to balance what you drink at the fete. So rather than, saying, well, I can't have more than one bear, consider the Coke no sugar. Consider the Heineken Zero. The Heineken, if you still want your beer, but you don't want the alcohol. And of course, you slip in the water in between. All of that does connect to your behavior on the road as a driver. So I just wanted to point that out because I heard the discussions earlier. And as the non-alcohol love is inside of me, I felt I needed to just add that to there as well, that you can still consume, and we do offer, Ms. Sifley, when you spoke about innovation, we have that. That is us, right? The innovation, that's on lock. So I just wanted to point that out. Now, to IC. I'm here to tell you about IC's vision and our commitment to supporting specifically the creative talents in our communities. You might hear a few things and you say, but wait, didn't we hear out 2 speakers earlier? You might, because that's Heineken St. Lucia with our range of brands and the heritage that we have. It will be no surprise to you that we will have multiple brands supporting similar initiatives. Since our relaunch during our 50th, older than some of us in this room, close to some of us in this room, 50th anniversary in 2022, we focused on enriching our community by fostering creativity and supporting local talent. It was very intentional when we made that promise. Our focus, though, goes beyond music. Music is great, but music is just one small part. What's Carnival without the colors? What's Carnival without the pan? What's Carnival behind the makeup? What's Carnival behind the dance that brings on the band? What's Carnival beyond the costumes? Music is just one part. And so because music is just one small part, we've decided to look at the creative landscape overall. It is partly for this reason that we've decided to shift our focus to supporting community carnivals over the last 2 years, and working closely with local suppliers, like I mentioned, makeup artists, the traditional brands and bands, to bring the vibrancy and, as Fern said, the energy outside of, I'm sorry, Madam Chair, Castries and the national stage. Because we recognize very early that there's so much in the communities. There's so much that's untapped in the heart, the bouillon of St. Lucia. And so we've decided as a brand to put our focus on the communities. Another highlight for us has been the IC Song Project, where every year since our relaunch, we bring together seasoned veterans and emerging artists in the music industry. Yes, so imagine Invader, Papa Vader with Shemi J. Imagine Nicole David with Keisha. It was amazing. And this year is no different. These collaborations have been remarkable, and it's heartening to see that these artists continue to collaborate even outside of the IC projects. Perhaps one of our proudest moments, though, so far, since promising to support our local creatives, has been, is he here? I'm blushing. Has been seeing one of our IC-backed artists last year, Imran Nudi, step into that royal era of his at a national level. Remembering when the letter for support reached our desks and saying, yes, that's someone that will represent IC. And going in and seeing him getting that crown. It has truly been inspiring and a testament to what local talent, with the support of our local brands, can do. It is for this reason that we have decided to launch the IC 3 Kings initiative. We have 2 kings here tonight. One, we had 2 kings here tonight. We now have 1, but that's okay. He can hold the fort. 3 Kings initiative supporting St. Lucia's three current kings. And you would know who they are? Imran. That is it, yes. Can you imagine bringing them together on a project backed by IC? And I can tell you, they have something in store as they come to protect their crowns for 2024. So allow me to gloat just a little bit, and I know my team would not expect this. One might. Creativity starts at home. So I must always say I take no credit for this initiative. It was actually an idea that started with my team, who's seated here today, 1, 2, 3, in a closed room. It was their idea, them being allowed to be creative. And so today I'm excited to share with you the IC Creative Fund. This fund honors those who helped us reach where we are today and ensures that future generations learn about our culture and our creatives in ways that resonate with them. My son, I think, came out with a phone in his hand. He can code at the age of 6. So if we want our creatives to live on through them, we must speak to them and we must connect with them in a way that resonates with them. And so the IC Fund will do just that. I think COVID-19 highlighted the need for us to really create avenues and the continuous support for our creatives. If anything, this was one of the industries hit hardest during that time. Many of them faced significant hardships. Some of them we will never be able to show you, but we know that they exist. Our fund is our response to those challenges. It was so incredible to have icons like Kennedy Booth Samuels, June Frederick in the same room with Imran Nudi and T. Black and Arthur Ale together, veterans and icons with the new royalties in one room as we presented the IC Fund. Imagine a batch of musical geniuses sitting there with those who have gone before us. The announcement, as symbolic as it was, is just beginning. Supporting and recognizing, like I said, those who have gone before us is our way of saying, We want, we appreciate, and we love our culture. And we recognize that it is our duty to keep it going. So since the launch, we are happy to announce that we'll be supporting Skin Rhythm, led by Cuthbert Popo and his group of drummers in Vidbute and the Clary, helping them to take the art form even further and, most importantly, create a sustainable livelihood out of it. We're also thrilled to announce our support of the Two Saints, who's right over there, this lady. Can you wave a hand? Who is part of a two-sister team, Miku, who is spreading our Creole language using digital platforms and new age technology to St. Lucia and the rest of the world. And there will be more. There will be more supported by the IC Fund. Later this year, we will be announcing our 2 honorees for this year. We will say that not everybody we support under the IC Fund will be publicized. And this is our way of respecting them for who they are and the situations that they might be faced with, but trust that we are working behind the scenes to support them. And so, after I've said all of that, not to be somber, I want you to take a listen to what we call our theme song for the IC Fund. It was penned, mastered, produced, what else? What's it? Everything else by Imran Nudi. And on there with him is the incomparable T.C. Brown, who was supposed to be with us today, but unfortunately he could not. So I'll ask you to take a listen. Imran, you want to come and drop a thing? No, not yet. You want to come and drop a thing? And this is with me without climax. So imagine.
I see people and they shining bright, stars in the night, negativity, so with them they kryptonite. Many already fade away, a friend could be a call away. Hey, that's why this is say, don't forget them. Sing, share your loving with them, don't regret them.
I have my man. Listen to me, right? I want you to say it from the back. I want you to understand that song, right? It's not just a song to just jump and wave. You're supposed to feel that emotionally, right? Feel the essence of the song, learn the message of the song. Okay, guys? Press.
I see people and they shining bright, stars in the night, negativity, to it with the kryptonite. Many already fade away, a friend could be a call away. Hey, that's why this is say, don't forget them. Share your loving with them, don't regret them. So my family and friends done left them. Oh my family and friends done left them. Listen, yeah, sing. Where are they? You know that song? Sing. Where are they? Where are these people who used to be so popular in my country? I say, where are they now? We forgot them somehow. Yeah, where are they? Hey, we forgot them somehow. You want to know why? Boom. I got so much love for my people. Got love for my people. Got love for my people. So much love for my people. Yeah, so much love for my people. Got love for my people. Got love for my people. So much love for my people. Yeah. Don't forget where you come from. I say you know where you're going. All of us got that feeling. Wrong or right, we knowing. If you come see your brother down, why don't you stretch your hand? Wrong could go. What goes wrong? Well, don't forget them. Share your loving with them. Don't neglect them. So much love for my people, can't regret them. Listen, so much family and friends and left them. Yeah, where are they? Where are they? Oh yeah, where are those people who used to be so popular in my country? I say, where are they now? We forgot them somehow. Oh yeah, where are they? Hey, we forgot them somehow. Well, see, say, I got so much love for my people. Got love for my, got love for my. I said so much love for my people. Yeah, so much love for my. Got love for my people. Got love for my people. So much love for my people. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I see my people. Yeah, I see my people. So much love for my people. Yeah, I see my people. Thank you very much. I see my people. Yeah, I see my people.
King? That's my mic. Thank you, King. And thank you, Charlene, for so much context. I am not going to take away from the energy and the fun, except that I want to thank you so much for being with us tonight. Like I said, I know it's a very, very long week for all of us. And thank you for making the effort. We do have a special experience at the back for you. We have a drunk driving simulation to the back of the room, to the back of this panel. So on the table, you will see a pair of goggles. The Clorox, yes, Saucy's holding it up now. The Clorox wipes is just to sanitize in case anybody has makeup or wants to change. But there's a cost. So if you think that you're sober now, we dare you to put on the goggles. If you think you're a bad driver, to take the challenge and see if you can drive. You're not supposed to touch the black line. So trust me, it's really fun. So we encourage you to participate, take some photos. There's food and drink. Sheffield, please come up to receive your prize. You were the first media person to arrive. So we have a special Peter pack for you. Thank you so much again, and please arrive alive tonight. Thank you. Music? Okay, we're not yet getting up. Saucy's tell me something. Oh, what we will do is just run the other episodes of the Peter documentaries. So we premiered the Pan one, but some of the others that have been live, we will just run them. Not okay. So we're gonna have to load them for live, and so you can just stay tuned to the screen, and we will balance between the music and the information. Sounds good? While we eat and drink and have a good night. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I first started playing silpa when I was about 6 years old.
I started at the age of 12.
Started in 1978.
The Panorama is one of the highest levels of music in the Caribbean, according to a friend of mine.
It's like I'm on cloud nine. It's a very exhilarating feeling playing with the band, especially at performances and gigs when the adrenaline really kick in.
You feel very light, you feel very focused, your mind is set, and sometimes things of the outer world become lesser, and it's just you and your music.
I became interested in music theory and stuff, and before long I was arranging for the band, and now I co-founded my own.
Music is all around me. My inspiration comes from everything that is artistic, everything that has a flow, that has a rhythm, that has meaning. I pick up from that. I could be on a bus and there's a song playing and I'd figure, you know what, I want to use that song for Panorama, that kind of thing. I remember back in the day, Barbara they used to do it. She used to arrange for Allegro Pangrove, but since then, I have been the only female arranger, and it feels, it feels great.
My favorite part is just being with the band, the weeks or the months leading up to the competition.
The sleepless nights, the endless hours, burning the candles at both ends, to get the music right, to put in the effort to make this production a grand finale for your 8 minutes on stage.
I feel like even if you don't win, just the experience of playing Panorama on stage and actually presenting what you worked so hard on, even that is fulfilling. So imagine actually winning it. That was indescribable.
Panorama, that is us.